that NASDAQ. It's straddling the flat line right now. All right, the trade battle with China might still be stuck in the mud, but tensions with the EU, you just heard it from Blake, are starting to ease up at this hour. The Trump administration reportedly will extend its reprieve on European auto and auto part tariffs for now. But the collateral damage might already be starting to get done for the auto parts industry. Why? Well, the administration included 100-plus auto parts of made-in-China products into a big pile that was hit with 10% tariffs. Everything from, brake pads, rear-view mirrors, seat belts, windshield wipers, going up to 25% next year. 10% now, but could get a lot worse. So how the heck did Advance Auto Parts just crush its latest earnings report and raise guidance? The stock of the do-it-yourself auto parts chain up 93% over the last year, with Morgan Stanley predicting it would outperform in the next 6 to 12 months. Let's ask Advance Auto Parts CEO Tom Greco here in a Fox Business exclusive. Well, how are you doing that? Because I was looking at the list of 100-plus items that have tariffs on them right now that come in from China. Surely you source parts from China. And are you able to absorb the price hikes, or customers are saying no problem, we'll do it?
Well, the industry overall is incredibly healthy, and that's the big point that I would make there. There's a lot of variables that drive demand in our industry. We did an extensive piece of research in the last year or so on what are the things that really drive the industry, and there's 4 big variables that correlate: the car park, vehicle miles driven, GDP, and the biggest one is what we call vehicles in the sweet spot, which is vehicles that are 7 years and older. And that vehicle population has declined for 3 straight years heading into the front half of this year, and it's starting to increase. And over the next 5 years, it's going to grow every year.
Meaning they'll maybe have parts that need to be replaced, and that'll be good for you.
Yes.
But looking at the actual parts that you need to buy from China, have you started to resource from other countries, switching to Taiwan in advance of what we know in 2019 will go from 10% to 25% tariffs on, quite frankly, many, many different auto parts?
Yeah, well, we work very closely with our suppliers, and clearly we're modeling the scenarios we need to model to make the decisions. We obviously want to minimize any input costs increases that we would realize, because ultimately we have to pass those on to the consumer. And from our standpoint, we want to keep prices down, obviously.
The conservative group, Americans for Prosperity, the Koch brothers, put out a letter today to both President Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping, asking to please, with urgency, come to an agreement on this trade situation, because it's hurting some sectors and will hurt others. If this becomes protracted, what do you think happens?
Well, obviously, we want to, continue to support, our suppliers and work closely with our suppliers to find the right solution. So we hope there's a good solution that comes out of that.
What about the cost of cars and how they're going up at this point, and whether we start to see European cars hit with tariffs? Tell me what's going to really drive your business going forward.
Well, for us, it really is that those 7-year-plus vehicles. That's when the repairs really start to spike. And when that vehicle population is growing, it's going to be very healthy for our business.
I got to tell people, because they don't know this, Advance Auto Parts has a special way of treating your own employees. You give them stock to the so-called frontline team. But on top of it, you hire a lot of veterans. And I need our viewers to know how important what you guys have done for Building Homes for Heroes. And you guys know this. This is the charity that we work with to build custom mortgage-free homes for our worst wounded veterans. You're honored tonight at our gala. And I'd love to know how, as a business, because you don't have to do this. You guys have given us millions to give these people homes. Tell us why. Why take the time and the money when it's a very dog-eat-dog world out there in business?
Well, obviously, we have a tremendous amount of regard and support for the military, and we've really strengthened our ties with them, not just through Building Homes for Heroes, which I'm so honored to be a part of with Andy Pujol and the whole team there, but also with other groups. In fact, we engaged the McChrystal Group earlier this year to help us with driving execution. deep into our organization. And
Stan
there's no
McChrystal,
question,
right?
yeah, General Stan McChrystal. And I'm a big student of what he's done. He's a tremendous leader, and his organization has really helped us wire execution up and down the organization. And it's no coincidence, in my view, that as we strengthen our ties with the military and hired more veterans, we've actually hired, we have 6,000 veterans in the company already, and we're going to hire another 10,000, that our performance has actually improved.
Well, I was honored last year, and you're going to be up at that podium this year, and we couldn't be more grateful. Thank you so much to you and the whole Advance Auto Parts team. Thanks,
No, it's our pleasure.
And you know what? It makes good business. They just killed it on earnings. But by the way, along with Tom and his Advance Auto Parts team, Buildings Homes for Heroes, we are aiming to gift one home every 11 days, starting right now as we head to the end of this year. Folks, that's ambitious. We would love and appreciate any help you can give us to build mortgage-free custom homes for each soldier's injury. BuildingHomesForHeroes.org.